Hello everyone, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. Last time, we left the Druid's Grove, having some minor technical difficulties whilst trying to make a trade for a second short sword for Astarion. Went and cured a tiefling of her paralysed legs that we later learned were at the fault of the hag that we have since vanquished. And then, as we attempted to take a long rest before going west to the goblin camp, we were visited by a demon. We did not make a trade with the devil, and as such we are now here continuing our quest to see if we can't rescue the druid Halsin from the goblins and prevent the goblins from killing the tieflings, and then Halsin might be able to get rid of the maggots in our head. That's it. But first, we've just long rested, which gives us an opportunity to change our spells for the day ahead. What are we going to want in a world where we're fighting many goblins? Let's start with the wizard. Invisibility might be precious here. We can memorize 8 spells. Some of these are from magic items, so they're always prepared. I don't think... Are we going to need Featherfall in all of this? I don't think so. I think jumping off a cliff to escape is probably not the situation we want to try and find ourselves in. However, invisibility might be excellent. What else? We need mage armor, that's a given. Thunderwave is good for shoving stuff off high places. Although goblins are quite weak and sleep could be beneficial. I don't think we need Burning Hands and Flaming Sphere. So we'll drop Burning Hands, pick up Sleep, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first level spells. And then for second level spells, we've got Shatter, Invisibility, and Flaming Sphere. That seems sensible. Over here for Shadowheart, we can drop Lesser Restoration. We used that for the Tiefling that we were worried about previously. Bless is good. Guiding Bolt, Healing Word, and Inflict Wounds are our bread and butter. Charm Person and Disguise Self are spells that we've not really used throughout this whole process. But if there was ever a time to use them, possibly trying to invade a criminal camp might be it. Prayer of Healing is good. I think Enhance Ability might be good here. So we'll drop Protection from Poison for Enhance Ability in case somebody needs to talk their way out of a slippery situation or some such. Don't need that, don't need that. Yep, I think that looks good. And then checking for overlap here with Andrew. I don't think we're going to need Jump any longer. And Speak with Animals probably isn't going to be something we need in a goblin camp. Fairy Fire gives us advantage against attackers. And is it concentration? It's not concentration, so we can have... oh no, it is. It's right there. Concentration, : required. We're not going to take that, because if we're ever going to have concentration, not conversation, it will be on Moonbeam, and so we don't really need to have 2 concentration spells that we're unlikely to use in concurrency. There's a word there that my brain knows is there for that situation. I can't think of the word. Conjunction with one another. That sounds right. Web we always have prepared. Misty Step we always have prepared. I think Heat Metal might be good if there is some kind of boss that we want to... Now let me think about this, because in Tabletop you can Heat Metal on a creature and then run away, and even if you don't have to see them, you can keep imposing the damage. But it says range 60 feet here. And I don't know if you've run away, you can keep inflicting the heat metal. So we'll hold on to that. We've got 5 spells at the moment. We'll take Fog Cloud, in case we need to cause a scene. We've also got Healing Word, that's good. We don't need Flame Blade because we use our Shillelagh for our melee weapon. I don't think we need Spike Growth and Entangle. Shadowheart has passed without trace. So in that case, we've got quite a lot of room for spare spells, really. So here, we'll take Flaming Sphere. I guess we'll take Jump again. In case there are any really hard to reach places. And that is 8 spells. So I guess that's going to do it. And now we begin our quest west. Just triple check there isn't anything that we want to swap between people before we get into skulking around. Would you please change? Thank you. And to type. Before we go skulking around a camp and possibly end up separated. We don't have magic pockets, so we need to make sure those people have what they need when they need it, rather than being caught off guard halfway across camp. Gale has Lump's Warhorn, in case we need to... the mouthpiece is crusty, chunks of dried food. Ugh, gross. In case we need to summon them. Shadowheart has the pouch with the spider egg in case they need some help. And all of these bizarre potions that I don't really anticipate us consuming, but you never know when you'll need a Hail Mary. We've got 4 trap disarm kits here. You guys got plenty of thieves' tools. You do. You do as well. Gale has a couple just in case. I think we'll be fine. Got a couple of Alchemist Fire here. Lots of slime sludge bombs and things. We're all good for dispersed healing potions. That's a poison, but it looks like a potion. Be very careful about that one. I think we can press on. If we could find it, I'd like to find a humanoid that Astarion could bite at some point so that he gets his happy perk, but we probably can't guarantee that. So we need to head west towards the Blighted Village and then see what else we find afterwards. So I will jump cut to the Blighted Village and then we'll start looking for our way in. And here we are. So we are just a ways back from this bridge and just perusing what's going on here. We have a straight bridge over to a fortified entryway. What looks to be a climbable cliffside on the right hand side. Some other cliffs and bridges and such over on the right. And then out to the left there is a fallen log over the crevice here. And I think another goblin at the windmill told us about that in order to try and secure his freedom. So I guess we'll do the seemingly sensible thing of sneaking in first rather than trying to have a frontal encounter at the main gates. Down below us you can see the swamp. Fortunately, now all of our conditions have left. So we are no longer sick. We are no longer unwell. Now here's a question. How do we get down here? If they're going to try and go all the way across the bridge in order to make that walk, that would be some awful programming. Tell you what I didn't do. I didn't keep Featherfall. And it looks like this might be the kind of cliff that it's going to hurt to jump down. Do we have a scroll of Featherfall? It does not look like... Oh, Astarion has 2. Excellent. Let's split that up, because he has the wizard spell list available to him. I believe that's how his spell casting is working. It then begs the question, if I Featherfall down to this cliff edge, go across the log, and through this trapped tunnel, are we stuck inside the camp at that point? Because if we wish to escape, I guess, theoretically, we could jump down to the swamp again with a second Featherfall. That does seem like one option. And then we could retreat through the swamp and escape back to the east. So that's one option, if we take the whole party down with us. Let's just do a quick drive-by. There's the main bridge. Too far off to see if there are any individuals at the other side. And it seems that we've not been up this exact path previously. And there is a dead person, tiefling. They've got a tail. This doesn't say it's a story item on it, but we will relieve them of these things nonetheless. And Shadowheart, please would you cast Speak with Dead on this person?
The corpse remains silent.
Well, that's a great shame. I really thought they were going to have some kind of insight into what might be happening next. There is Brawler Rancer, Novice of the Absolute, down on that cliffside. I bet he's too far out for Astarion to snipe him off from here. Oh my goodness, we could do it. Is that just going to start a fight, though? Between all of the other goblins that are probably occupying these spaces. That's probably unwise, right? But from here, it doesn't seem that there's any other getting across. Oh, there's a bridge up here. I don't know how we get to anywhere useful on this side. And it's also kind of metagamey for me to go, oh, this is over here, in a spot that the characters definitely cannot really see. So, it's decision time. Are we going to... Oh, excuse me. Are we going to go in through the back? Or are we going to take the direct road? The other option is we could walk in the front door, try and talk our way in, and then once we're in, turn on them like spies. That's an option. I don't know if it's a good option, but I think that might be a route that is available to us. Now, it is the middle of the day, so this isn't the easiest sneaking I've ever done. And someone is seeing all of this. Sharp-eyed Snurd. But they are not a foe as things are right now. So why don't we see if we can just have a very basic conversation. And we'll see how that goes. They might just say piss off. I'm so nervous.
Doing over there? Chasing bird?
Hello. Oh, that's a bad time. 2 new journal updates available. What ones, though? We've arrived in the Goblin camp, now to find the 3 leaders. 3 leaders? Will, the Blade of Frontiers, believes the best way to handle the goblins is to take out their leader. We'll need to find this person. There were 3 figures on the drawing we found. The goblins must have more than 1 leader. I vaguely remember this drawing. Do we have another update? Halston's research suggests the parasite... Alright. I think the front door might not be the option. I think we're all going to go in the back and just tread very carefully for a while. How big is this jump? Or more rather, how deadly is this fall? Let's not chance it. Gale, if you would be so kind to cast Featherfall on the party, and then hop on down here. And have the party please all come.
Seems like nature's provided a shortcut.
Oh god. Really? This is what's happening right now? Okay. Well. Let's pause here for a second, because we still have Featherfall for 4 more rounds. Gale did an investigation check. Gale failed a nature check for a nat 1 plus 4 modifier, presumably saying this tree is a little bit rotten and to tread carefully otherwise it will fall. But because we failed the check, we are now marooned on this slab of cliff, which is not ideal. Andrew, you prepared jump this morning. Who's the strongest? Who's got the furthest default jumping distance? I assume it's Shadowheart. We need character sheets, please. We've got 10, 9, 8, and 8. Wow, we are not a strong bunch. So Shadowheart's the strongest. Theoretically has the furthest jumping distance. So Shadowheart, please stand here. Andrew, we're going to burn a first level spell slot to cast Jump on Shadowheart. And we're going to see if we can't jump. No, not Gale. Gale, Andrew's not doing the jumping. Shadowheart's doing the jumping. But I guess the rest of the party isn't going to follow along automatically because they don't all have jump as well. Or maybe they will, because we're not in... because we're in turn-based mode. So if Shadowheart stands here, and we come out of turn-based mode, are they all going to try and follow? No, they are very confused. The three of them still have Featherfall for a moment. Our other option is to have Andrew spend 4 first-level spell slots casting Jump. I mean, it's unideal, but the alternate is that we've now split the party, and so either we still have Featherfall, we all jump down to the swamp, and we take the very long walk back to the front gates, or we cast Jump 3 more times, we all jump across, and we carry on from there. Well, we still have our natural recovery, so Andrew, cast this on Astarion, please. Astarion, please jump. God, I hope we can all make it. This really does... this is as close to tabletop as you get when you really feel like everything has suddenly all gone to hell. But you still have outs, just not ones you ever thought you'd be using. Now, we need to wait a turn to get our action back for our jump spell slot. We don't have any scrolls of jump, do we? Between Gale and Andrew, because the other two are on the other side of the water, so they can't pass scrolls back and forth between them. None of these look like jump to me. Okay. Nothing we want to do here. End turn. Andrew, jump, first level spell slot on Gale. Gale, from this very edge, please jump to there. Make some room. And then Andrew. If we were to wild shape, I know we're out of actions right now. Could the wolf make this jump? I don't think they could. I think it's too far. So we'll end turn again. Then back to Andrew. Cast jump on himself. Jump to there. And 4 spell slots later, we have done what I thought, 5 spell slots in fact, because of the Featherfall. I have done in 24 minutes what I thought might be a 4-minute entry. So join us next time, where we will actually begin making progress into the Goblin camp. And cross your fingers for me that we don't TPK. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.